Do you like the cast? Yeah. Do you like the cast, Lulu? Lulu doesn't like the cast because it stops her from going for a walk as much as she likes to. And it stops me from going for a walk too. So I'm going to talk about the top things I learned, or I have been learning, from having a broken leg. So join me today, and thanks for stopping by. Thank you for joining the Wild Lotus Girl channel, and I'm going to ask you to hit the like button, to subscribe, and if you're interested in my content, give me a comment and let me know. I appreciate all the comments that I've received so far. Today's video is going to be for those of you who have experienced a broken bone and are going to have a cast on or have had a cast on. I'm going to talk about my experience with a cast with a broken leg, and I thought this might be helpful to things that I've learned with having a broken leg. If you're like me, you had to go to the internet to find out what the heck is going on and what to expect from a broken leg, from a broken ankle, from a broken bone, from having a cast. So that's why I decided, well, maybe it would be helpful if I made just a basic video about some things to expect. The first thing that happened when I got my broken bone is obviously I went to the ER. And from the ER, they did all the classic things. They took your blood pressure, they take your temperature, check you for COVID-19 and all those kind of things. They ask you about your pain. They take x-rays, and then they determine whether or not you have a broken bone. If you do, put on what's called a splint. And a splint is a type of temporary kind of casting that is made with plaster, and it's there to immobilize your leg or your bone until you can get to the proper doctor. And with the x-rays that they take in ER, you will be referred to a specialist, somebody who can help you with your broken bone and help it to heal properly. For a broken leg or broken foot, that type of thing, broken ankle, you're going to be referred out to a podiatrist. Now, depending on the severity of your broken bone, you will either receive a regular cast, you could even have surgery depending on the severity. Fortunately, with my break, there were actually two broken bones, One was like a spiral fracture, and then the other was a chipped bone. But fortunately, it was nothing that required surgery. When you first get your cast, your leg is going to be swollen, and it's going to be swollen for a couple of weeks. Like at first, when I had this cast on, I got so claustrophobic because my leg was swollen, everything was swollen, and it was too tight. It takes a while for the swelling to go down, for the basic healing to occur. I would say 2 to 3 weeks before you feel like you're returning to no pain. And pain is an issue, and you know, these days doctors do not like to prescribe anything for pain. They don't give you anything for pain in ER. If that's something that you're really in a lot of pain and Advil isn't helping you, you may have to request that. But you must keep in mind that the pain medication that is prescribed is very addictive. The other thing to know about casts is there are different kinds of casts. I never knew there were casts you could take showers in. Those are fiberglass casts. They're much more heavy. Actually, my first cast was a fiberglass cast. And that cast, you're supposed to be able to take a shower. Well, I never was able to get that, to give that a try, a test drive, because I had to get my cast reset. Part of the problem of having a leg cast is you literally cannot tell what's going on inside of the cast. Get claustrophobia, you get itchy, you get tickles, you get every kind of little thing. The other thing with having a cast is you literally almost have to buy a new wardrobe. You have to get a big enough sock that's going to actually fit over the cast. And then I get one matching for the other foot. It's almost impossible to get something over the cast, and you end up looking like a slob half the time, because of course you're in sweatpants or whatever you can find, hopefully some nice leggings or something like that. The biggest thing about having a cast is your mobility situation, obviously. This is a time when you're going to have to use crutches. And if you're like me, when I first started on these things, I could not, I was dangerous. I can bear a little bit more weight on my leg. I'm doing much better, but yeah, it's been tough. And then the other thing, obviously, is the wheelchair. Kevin's for my wheelchair, which is matches my cast. That has been a godsend for me. The wheelchair has helped me so much, just get around the house and actually go outside once in a while. Anyways, being in a cast, it really forces you to rely on other people. And this is The next topic about having a cast is you have to get people to help you. Now, if you're an independent woman like I am, this is really hard. This has been one of the hardest things, is for me to ask for help, to realize that I need to ask for help, that I have to slow down, and that I'm not going to be able to get the amount of things done independently that I did before. And so I've been fortunate enough to have family members and friends who have helped me. I have noticed some awesome generosity from people when I've been out and about with my crutches, with my sticks. More random acts of kindness. I just went to the store and I use a cart to keep me upright, and I had a bunch of stuff in it, and I was sitting kind of on the edge of the parking lot trying to figure out how I'm going to get my bag, my crutches, and everything into the car. And here comes this nice looking guy, and he said, "Excuse me, but can I help you?" And I said, "Absolutely, thank you so much." And he helped me get things into what I'm talking about. We need more of that in our lives. We need more people who are kind to each other in our lives, not just when somebody has a disability, but every day. Being in a cast, it really forces you to rely on other people. Another thing I wanted to talk about is my experience with the doctor. Now, my experience in the emergency room was fine, but then when I got referred out to a podiatrist, I was not happy with that experience, because I was not really told what to expect. Like, I still don't know, you know, when I get the cast off, what am I going to expect? What is the next step? I still don't know what that is. Nobody has given me any insight on things. It's given me any insight about the recovery time, what the steps are. So I've had to do what everybody else does and take to YouTube to find out. And that's one of the reasons why I decided to make this video, was to help those that if you get a cast and you break your leg, you can have at least some concept of what to expect, because it literally changes your life. Getting a cast changes your life. It changes everything about how you move around. It changes how easy it is to get your clothes on. It changes what you wear. It changes how easy it is for you to, you know, have a meal, how easy it can be for you to work. Fortunately, I've been working from home, but as far as life-changing, it changes everything. I mean, it forces you to stop. It forces you to stop and think about your life. It forces you to take time to think about what is going on, what your future is. You can't get around the way you're used to getting around. I can't take my dog for a walk.
And it immediately changed her life. So I'm going to show you in slow motion what I just did, but do you see the difference?
What do you want?
Thank you. So this is shorter than my hair.
What do you want?
Let me clip it in again. So
what do you want?
I'm going to make it real easy for you to see how to do it. I'm taking
my goodness.
behind my ears.
What do you want?
And just move.
And it changes your life in ways that you wouldn't think of. I mean, this year I had to make a Thanksgiving dinner with a cast on. That was really a blast. You know, Thanksgiving's hard enough, but when you're adding in a mobility problem, okay, then you really got some issues there. I was exhausted after that, but we got it done. I had lots of help.
While another county doesn't care.